Okay, we're ready to start the public hearing for 55 Pine Street, under Scenic Road, provisions of the bylaw. I'm sorry that we're running so late, but perhaps if we could try to limit the presentation to about 15 to 20 minutes, then give the planning board 10 minutes or so for comments and questions. That would be great. Just so that everybody knows who we are, I'm Al Alot, I'm the chairman of the planning board.
I'm David Beckles.
Roy Chaplin.
Steve Oppenheimer.
Suzanne Rice.
Hi, I'm Del Mitchell, and this is Tom Race from Del Mitchell Architects. And maybe we could look at, this is 55 Pine Street on Scenic Road, and the application is for enlarging this existing house. And we are not putting any trailer trucks on the property. So it should be
a lot easier. No tick sprayers.
So, just to orient you, this is Pine Street here. This is the existing house, and what we are proposing to add is a piece of the house here, and then another piece here. So what you see in red is the additions to what we're proposing. So this is the existing house that you see from Pine Street. This is sort of this end where the garage, where you come up the driveway into the garage. So we're expanding to a third car garage and above it. And then in this area here, we are demolishing one piece of the existing house, which does not have a foundation, and then rebuilding it with foundation under it and extending it another 17 feet. Let's see, part of the proposal is to remove some trees in this area here, obviously to accomplish some of the new construction, and also just to open up some of this area to a little bit more openness. As you can see, it's kind of dense back up here, but we are amending the property at the property line here with some new plantings, both low and tall ones, in order to give a good buffer to the neighbors. I think maybe the next most helpful thing to do is to see how this house sits on the site, because it is kind of nestled into the landscape and into the hillside. So if we are looking at, this is the end of the house with the garage doors. I just use my hands, not good with it. What's that?
Battery's dead.
No, it's just, can't quite get the hang of it. Oh, no, I'm just missing the board entirely.
It's okay, you just pointed, it's no problem.
So, here we have the extra, the third garage bay coming into the property, and we're not making the house any taller than it is now, but you can see how it sits kind of halfway between. This is down across the street, across Pine Street, and this is up the hill behind. Looking from another direction, kind of looking up from Pine Street, you can see how it's kind of partway up the hill, so it's in a little bit of a hollow. So the addition that goes to the back of the house really is buried back here. And then this is looking at it straight on from, if you were to, straight on from Pine Street. And so this is the neighboring property. Let's see if we get here to Pine Street. We're right here. And so this is this house right here on Lawrence. So that's, it's a little bit below the crest of the hill, and this is where we'll be filling in with more planting. So we're really, I think, buffering that property as well, because it's really kind of, when you walk over here, you kind of see the roof of that property. So that's how the house sits. This property is now about 4,200 square feet, and we will be adding square footage so that it will be up to about 5,700. Similar properties, this is this property right here. These properties right across the street are
Roughly 4,000.
roughly 4,000 square feet, 3,900. This one back here is a bit bigger, it's 10,000 square feet. But mostly, the houses are of a similar size to the one that to the ultimate one that we're proposing. This is the house here. Currently, there is an existing septic system in this area right here, a septic field, and we're just simply replacing that in the same location so that we're not creating a new place for that. We are adding some
Catch basin.
catch basins and dry wells in these areas to pick up rainwater off of the roof, and so that we can control more of the water and redistribute it on the site itself. What else was to tell you here? Then I think maybe the next most helpful thing to do is just show you what the house is gonna look like from an elevation standpoint. So now this is the garage elevation, and the existing shape is this. So we're adding pieces to the back that are tucked into that hollow, as I had described before. We're adding these dormers right here. This is the existing roof line and the existing ridge. We're adding a little bit of a dormer here, which is giving us a sort of a different look around the front door, because this is the elevation that faces Pine Street. This is the addition to the back, so you can see that the character of the house is pretty much staying the same, but we're making some changes to give it a little bit more of a contemporized feel. This is the color scheme that we're working with. Basically, the body color of the house will be either one of these two, we have yet to decide, with white trim, black shutters. So that's basically the feel of how the house will be. It's clapboard and it will remain that way. Let's see, do we have some pictures of lighting? Lighting is all dark sky lighting. There we go. So we have some existing light fixtures on the property now, some lamp posts down at the bottom of the driveway and then up by the house. So we'll be retrofitting those with dark sky lighting. And then, of course, we have lighting on the house wherever we need it for code at exits from the house. So I'm not sure if there's anything else to tell you about it, so ask, please.
Did I hear correctly, you'd be replacing the existing lighting with dark sky?
Yes, yes, and we're removing some, there's also some floodlights that will be taken off the house.
And the total lumens for all the lighting?
Excuse me?
The total lumens.
Let me double check, I don't have it right on.
We've done a calculation, it's,
Calculations, it totals 16,000 lumens, which is.
Right. And landscaping, new landscaping.
Do you have a landscape plan for that planting?
we want to do a mix, actually, because there is a lot of very nice existing landscape. So to the degree that we can keep that intact through a construction process, we're going to try.
Doing new plantings.
But if not, but whatever's disturbed, we'll be doing new plantings. That will be similar to what is here.
You're adding this
Buffer.
These are, so it's laurel and rhododendron, yes, it's a new planting, and some trees.
Combination of evergreen and deciduous trees, and some
Nice.
shrubs lower filling in the understory, kind of like a natural woodland habitat similar to what's there.
Yeah.
Size?
Actually, Ms. Kim mentioned it before she left. Because I hadn't been to the sidewalk, and she said they're taking out sort of big stick pines, and she said they're filling it more with appropriate understory. That would look,
So we
it's-
followed for guidelines for the size of it. The balsam fir is like 10 to 12 foot height. The mountain laurels are 2 to 3 foot high. The rhododendrons 3 to 4. The spruce is also a mountain fir that's 10 to 12. The dogwood is at 6 to 7 foot height. So,
Are they all of those are along the property line, or are there infill planting plantings anywhere else?
Well, there's some others here, because right now, and you might remember from the walkthrough, there's a cluster of plantings right here that they're actually probably here. And so they're gonna move back a little, we wanna replace them just so still closest to view.
Right, I was there, but a number of other people weren't.
Right,
So
yeah.
we're bringing them up to.
Yes.
And so, other than those two locations, you, as I remember it, you were to the lower part of the sheet, you were thinning out some fairly scraggly trees that would improve the look of the property and bringing lawn up into that area.
That's correct.
Perhaps you could describe for people that weren't on site what you're planning to do.
Well, I think that you've said it very well, thank you. Which is, these are the trees that will be coming out for two reasons. One is for the construction and also to open up and actually give more light and air to some of the deciduous trees that are there, because there are, as you know, they're just, the pines kind of have gone wild over the years. And so some of those will be removed. And then there's a lot of very small undergrowth, which we will remove from this area so that the lawn can come up in this part of the property and surround the new part of the house. So when you're looking out to this part of the area, you're seeing lawn. And so now, and actually it's quite lovely because this lawn wraps up the hill now, and if it just continues, I think it'll just sort of continue that slope. It's really pretty there.
And the additional hard surface drainage, obviously Dave saw.
Dave's okay with the
Everything's
drainage?
fine.
We've had a very little hard surface, actually. There's only this much
Well,
paved area that
the
we've
the
had.
roof.
Oh, in the roof,
Yeah,
up to the roof.
yeah. Adds to the
Yeah, what did
impervious.
we calculate on that? There's very little roof
Increase in
surface.
roof area.
Yeah,
Right, because we're removing, there's a screen porch that's on the back side
Mhm.
there,
We're
which we're
removing that,
removing, so
right.
that kind of cancels out
That's
some
right,
of
so
the
that's all
1,500 square foot addition. And the driveway is like really nothing, so he's got a
And
series, I
the
think,
screen porch is
6.
becoming patio, is that right?
that's
Yeah.
correct.
Yeah.
Right back here. So all of this will now be patio. This is patio now, and it will expand it into this whole area.
And just a comment, Dell and Thomas did the calculations for this building, and they came up with the fact that they were going to be removing, I think it was like 49% of the sidewall. So it didn't trigger the 50%, it's 49, but they're here before you.
In case.
In case. So,
The in case being that during construction, we don't know whether we will find other parts of the house that are not sound, that we would end up having to demolish in order to replace them, and
Right.
didn't want to have a holdup as a result of that.
Smart thinking.
Is that
So-
just for scenic road?
All right, any questions or comments? Roy, you were at the sidewalk.
I admire the way the house sat on the site itself. It just seemed to be the most ideal, and I think these are very sympathetic. And I think the changes to architecture are excellent. And I think the consideration of the buffer is excellent, so I don't have any problem with it.
Seems like a good use of, the landscape that's there and the house that's there, and most efficient, most effective, and that's good.
Our goal is soft touch,
Yeah,
really.
it's a good.
So refreshing.
Yeah, there's some people you can train.
Wonderful concept, not to have to bulldoze a lot and.
wow. It'd really be nice to have her take over a couple of jobs.
I know, not bring in 20 truckloads of fill. Yeah, so it's very refreshing, yes, it's gonna be lovely.
Thank you.
Good. In that case, what we'll do is continue the hearing to review the draft decision for the conditions of approval. And
That can probably be done on the 21st. If we think
January.
it's gonna be, there shouldn't be any major issues with
I
this
don't think
one.
there are gonna be major
Okay.
issues, so I don't think there are gonna be any issues, so, we'll continue to the 21st. What we do is review the draft decision. We don't, no testimony, no presentation, then we vote on the decision, and then you never have to see us again. So
You
that's
see the
what.
building inspector and me.
Right, so that's the
So
process.
do we attend next time?
If you want
If
to,
you
you
want
can,
to.
you don't have to.
What I'll do is I'll send you a draft decision, so if you have any questions or issues, whatever,
Great, okay.
okay?
Great,
Okay.
thank you.
Well,
Thank
thank
you.
you.
Thank
We
you.
we
Stay
definitely
warm.
appreciate it. We also appreciate very much staff assistance in the process. It was excellent.
Oh,
It was
Great.
impressive,
Nice to
actually.
meet
Good.
you.
Yeah, it was good.
Did you get that?
Could you get that again? She's gonna repeat it one more time. Nice.
Thank you.
May your cars all start.
Yeah, right.
Thank you.
Thank
Thanks.
you.
All right, thank you.
Okay,
It's getting cold in here.
is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, they turned the
Well-
heat off.
Oh, please.
They do.
Um,
Just look it down. Okay.
We've done 200 South Avenue.
Okay, so
Comments on 269 North Avenue?
Remember, that's what
It's the same set of
Yeah, it's
comments
the same
as
set of
issued
comments.
before, so that's, we've already
Yeah.
discussed that.